Vlog time! I did one of these for Kobolds and Catacombs, and it was fun, so I'm going to do another rundown of some of the cards and things that I'm excited for in Hearthstone's The Witchwood expansion, which comes out tomorrow from when this goes up. Remember, this is not a card review. This isn't a prediction of what the meta might shape up to look like. This is just me talking about why I think certain cards are really cool. Not even strong or meta-defining or anything, just cool. First off, before I even talk about cards, this aesthetic of the Witchwood just speaks to me. It's all spooky, light horror themed, you know, Duskwood from WoW, Darkshire, stuff like that. Witches and werewolves, something I'm very into. Second, they aren't just abandoning the roguelike dungeon stuff from Kobolds and Catacombs, which is awesome. I invested a boatload of time clearing that with all the classes. I'm so happy that this is not a one-and-done thing and that they're bringing it back. And it marks the first expansion of the new year, which means all of the sets from 2 years ago are rotating out. So Whispers of the Old Gods, Mean Streets of Gadgetzan, and One Night in Karazhan. They're all rotating out, plus some cards from Standard are going to the Hall of Fame. So hell yeah for that. Hooray! Bye-bye Ice Block. Bye Kabbalist Tome. Bye Jades. We're losing some good stuff too to Wild. I'm gonna miss all of the Old Gods, even Yogg-Saron. I'm really gonna miss Dirty Rat. But hey, let's talk about some of the new cards coming out that I have an eye on. So the first one here is the Lady in White, the new Priest Legendary. I think this is a fascinating, completely unique effect that makes me want to build a deck entirely around this one card. There are a lot of lopsided stat lines that look real tasty with this. Like, hell, Corridor Creeper returns. That's... I just want to see if I can build a deck around this. She looks fun. Oh, next we have Archmage Aragal. Aragal looks like Value Town. A lot of Witchwood cards, in fact, seem like intent on really high-end value battles, so that should be pretty fun. Especially Mage with some of the new, like the Draw 3 minion-focused card. They look like they want to push a more minion-heavy Mage, which could be kind of interesting. Next, there are 2 new secrets like this, and I think that they're radical. I really hope they see play because it offers some interesting potential for counterplay, and you'll know which secret is because they're both 1 mana, and Hydrologist is rotating out. Actually, no, one of them might be 1, the other's 2 probably. Either way, you have to, like, the idea is you constantly have to keep in mind how many cards you're playing in a single turn, which I think is just neat. Then there are a series of cards like this. They're werewolf cards. Each turn they swap their stat lines back and forth from attack to defense. I think that's cool. I think for werewolf cards, this is really good flavor. I think they offer some flexibility. Warpath itself is maybe not my most anticipated card, but this is a nice one to show off the new, one of the new keywords, which is Echo. And what Echo allows you to do is play a card repeatedly. Unstable Evolution from the last set was kind of the test run for Echo. So it's all the benefit of having no cap on duplicates without the downside of fattening the deck up. But you still have Hearthstone's inherent mana cost restrictions, which is what I think makes Echo such an intriguing keyword. Like, I have no idea with the rotation how powerful the effect is going to be, but it seems good. And a 2-mana repeatable Whirlwind in the case of Warpath seems real cool, especially with some of the cards that Warrior's getting. I love Zulok. I love it so much. It's too bad that Darkshire Councilman is going away. There's still like Argus, there's Direwolf, there's 4 Knife Juggler procs you can get off of this. There's that new imp from Kobolds that didn't see a lot of play, the stealth one that gives your demons a buff. Or is it all of your minions? It might be all of them. There's a bunch of stuff from Kobolds that would actually work really well in Zoo if Zoo is more popular in that meta. I think this could be good. More importantly, woo! I want to build a Zoo deck. Alright, so next You know, I don't like the Og random target stuff, but repeating battle cries could be interesting, especially if you construct around minimizing the chance for your battle cries that you played to backfire once you drop Shutter down. Now Godfrey, that might wind up being too slow, but a 2-mana Defile battle cry is really, really neat. I think Defile is one of the best cards in the game. This seems like it might be pretty neat. Pretty neat is what I'm going with on that. Dollmaster to me seems kind of nuts, and I think that's a cool effect with a lot of potential for some really big turns. I'm just happy because it's essentially Barnesing things out, except you get multiple copies of whatever you Barnes, or you get multiple shots at getting procs of Barnes's effect, because it's not a battle cry. It can happen repeatedly. So you pair that with a little bit of card draw, and oh man, it's, again, with the rotation, it's hard to think of, like, okay, what's all the real stupid stuff you can pull out with Barnes now? This is gonna be, and it's a neutral. This is really, really nuts. Oh yeah, I referenced this card before. It's a really powerful draw, and because of the single downside, it might promote a more minion-focused mage. I think it's cool. And then, oh, yo, I love this. That is a real good stat line that emphasizes value and stickiness. Plus, it has a unique text, so I think it's cool. I don't know if it's good, but cool. Now, Chameleos. Chameleos is rad. I love this card. It differs from like a card like Shifter Xeris or Molten Blade or one of those, because it's specifically what your opponent is holding. Plus, it gives you insight. It gives you scouting into your opponent's hand. I think this card is really cool. I think this card, plus all of Mage's new draw, might actually be real good. Either way, I'm eager to stick this in a deck and just see what I can do with it. Seems like a fun one. This card has cool flavor. It's got cool text. It's a little bit like Corruption in that it pierces Divine Shield and it doesn't trigger instantly unless you have a way to, on the same turn, kill your Death Rattle minion. I like this card. I like it a lot. And then speaking of flavor, we have a Bell card with Echo. Just, again, good flavor. Also a 3-stat buff for 2 that's repeatable. Looks kind of great. Rebuke is another one that just strikes me as kind of an insane card. Like, especially for Dude Pally, which is strong as hell right now, and I don't think it's losing all that much. Your stuff is going to stick. Rat Trap is the other, like, if you're planning big multi-card turns, check yourself first card. That's neat. I don't know if they're going to be good. I really hope they are, though, because I really want to see these play. And then, woo, Eater of Secrets reprint. I'm not as, like, head over heels, heart-throbbing in love for Eater of Secrets now that Ice Block is gone, but still, glad we're getting a reprint of that. Next up, I think the mana cost on this makes this a little bit awkward, but if you can play this into the right board state, this should be nice. Emphasis being on the right board, which is what interests me about this. And then, whoa, more zoo stuff. Super happy about that. There are tons of ways to activate that battle cry. Oh, that's gonna be a good one. Then we have, like I was saying before, Priest's identity has kind of been shaped into steal shit from your opponent, which I guess is always infringing on Rogue's gimmick, but they justify it a little bit since the priests are mind controlling you and probing around psychically. This is the first of those cards, aside from mind control itself, that I really like, though. This and no, I guess Chameleos too fits that bill, because all of the information is transparent and controllable, so this is a really cool card. Then more Kingsbane stuff. We're losing, oh god, we're losing Cold Light Oracles to the Hall of Fame. I'm so bummed by that. It's okay. We're gonna lose the mill side of the Kingsbane Rogue, but Oh, and we're losing South Sea Squidface too. This is good. This is good. I wish it had Echo. It's good though. It's cool. Festeroot Hulk. I am imagining this thing sitting behind a big wall of taunts and just getting juiced. 7 health makes this sticky too. Again, I kind of like this. I want to stick this in a deck. Then we have Curse of Weakness, which I think is great. It's great. This is such a good, cool value trade card, or a way to just stall for a big swing turn. Plus giving it Echo makes it really flexible. Wow, I love this card. I think this is a good card. Next. Okay, so the eel itself. I'm less interested in the eel, but there are a handful of new cards that require you to have only even or only odd cost cards to activate their effects. And I just find that to be a nifty deck building challenge. And then we have Questing Adventurer, but with Echoes. And Rogue got a bunch of good Echo cards, it looks like, so I really want to build a new Miracle Rogue, I think. One of my favorite decks from around, I think, Gadget Zanish was Miracle Rogue, so I would love to go back to that. And then I love that they are pushing the healing part of Priest again. There are a couple of cards like this, or similar. Then we have the Amalgam, which is just cool. Being all tribes, I think, could enable some potentially interesting synergy. And this could be a sleeper. Like, this is not a bad stat line either. Then we have Miracle stuff, maybe? I don't know. It seems slow, actually. Still cool. Still cool. Okay, now, am I crazy, or is Ratcatcher incredibly good? Like, this card seems like an extra card for Q-Block, which is losing almost nothing and is already, like, top of the pack deck. This card just generally seems real powerful, to be honest. Rush, by the way, is charged, but only versus minions. Low cost, decent stat line with a battle cry that works with the Rush. Woo! This card looks pretty good. The next 3 I want to highlight just for the art, not necessarily for any text or cool stat lines or anything. So the shading and the detail of the Steambot is incredible. Black Cat is the cutest card since the Snow Flipper Penguins, and oh god, this next one's a terrible, stupid card that I hope doesn't give rise to Random Spell Shaman, which for 2 expansions now it feels like they've been pushing that, and I hate it. But the art's very, very cute. And that's some of what I'm looking forward to in the Witchwood. Please let me know what cards you're interested in building a deck around, or what kind of deck archetypes you're looking to try out when the Witchwood drops tomorrow. And don't forget to sign up for our community Discord tournament. You can find a link to the Discord in the description. And you have a week left after tomorrow to sign up and submit your deck lists. It's going to be a fun time. Thank you all for watching. Take it easy. Have a good one.